listening to WSTU Stewart.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie.
Ring lights, illuminator.
Opinions expressed are those of the show host, not WPSL or WSTU or EXP Realty. Any reproduction or reuse of this program without written consent, WPSL and WSTU is strictly prohibited. We have a big guy in the back with a big stick who'll use it. And now, welcome to my Dream Home Radio Show. Your chance to find your dream home with Eileen Simons and Paula Brady. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing fine.
Good.
Doing fine. What a week, huh?
Oh, and it's
always
just
busy.
beginning.
Isn't it nice looking outside and seeing 12
Blue sky.
inches of snow?
No, we see blue sky every day.
A little breeze. It's very nice out there today.
See, this is the time that I've become totally obnoxious and sent all my old friends at ESPN
Yes.
emails
Of what
about
you're doing.
it's freezing in Florida, only 72 today.
Yes.
Oh, it's even worse. It's 65 today.
Oh, well, yeah,
And
oh,
this is the
boy.
time when I feel very blessed that I can see blue sky every day of the year.
Yeah. it's
Not too
definitely-
shabby.
No.
Right.
Get a few clouds in there once in a while, but they're usually the puffy, pretty ones. So
It's a reason why they call this paradise.
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's very interesting. Apparently, Dr. Jerry Parrish of the Florida Chamber has already said he's going to redo his population study for 2030. It's going to be interesting to see what it looks like.
I'm sure it will be a lot more than they had expected.
Well, and, as Mayor Oravec was saying, he doesn't think it'll be 2030 when we have 520,000 in Port St. Lucie, but he does think that
We're on our way.
that will happen around 2030, 2035 or 40. Oh yeah. Can you imagine? Yeah, more than double again, but we've been through that here.
Yeah.
Which brings me to one of my pet peeves.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Roads.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not it. I knew coming to Florida that people would be laid back, courteous, nice and friendly. I just want to tell everybody out there who's coming to Florida that that's the personality here. And we would hope that it stays intact that way.
Well, I think it's mostly that way with all the marijuana growers down in Key West, but that's they're always laid
Well,
back.
that's it. That's not limited to Key West either.
Oh, brother. Oh, I'm gonna get us all in trouble.
You would hope they'd know what their blinkers are, though. That would help. But or find the little switch
No,
that
or
works. the
Just
blinkers.
use your turn indicator.
There you go.
And try
exactly.
not to go over two lanes. It's
While you're deciding.
And stop.
while you're deciding.
And stop when it's a yellow light.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's a
Oh,
movie
no.
that I just watched not long ago, Starman, that red means stop, green means go, and yellow means go very fast.
Yeah.
Well, that's about
true.
what it amounts
No, that's
to.
Boston.
Is
Yeah,
it?
oh yeah, I remember Carol's first night in Boston, and we were going over to her condo there, and we were stopped at a red light, and there's a policeman behind us. Well, he just started honking like crazy, and I'd say, "It's a red light." Kept pointing, "It's a red light." He went right around us and went,
Oh my
went anyway?
gosh.
and there was no emergency.
He didn't have his lights and siren on, huh?
No, it's just Boston.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
boy.
Oh, well.
Worst place in the world to drive.
Oh, well.
Worst place in the world to
I
drive.
was going to say, I don't have my red and blue lights. I don't know how to go. I can't go through that red one.
Wow. So what's happening in your world?
So I'm going to adjust the schedule a little bit because we have guests with us today that are very near and dear to my heart, and they are ready to go. So I'm hoping that we can jump in with their interview right now. I'd like to introduce Margot Graff and Kate Harper from Habitat for Humanity of Martin County. Habitat for Humanity has been an organization that I volunteered with for probably 10 years now in different states. And I think they do great work, and I love their message of a hand up, not a handout.
You got it.
Right.
So I'd like to very humbly introduce Margot Graff and Kate Harper.
Good morning.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
So I'd like to, before we get into the information we're going to discuss today, can you just give us a little bit of background about how you got involved with Habitat?
Well, certainly. So Habitat has been in Martin County for the last 35 years. And I joined Habitat about 12 years ago. And since that time, we've built an additional 80 homes in Martin County, or a total of 146. So we're very active in Martin County, building every year and helping people with repairs on their homes. And I just love it, like you said, because everybody works to finish a home. We all work together, and that's what makes it a great mission.
Yes. And
I've been with Habitat since 2014. So
14, so 6 years, or well, now going in your 7th year, right, Kate?
I am. And I'm loving every single moment of it.
That's awesome.
Well, I have to say, from having the privilege of attending dedications, by the time that dedication is finished, there isn't a dry eye in the group. Everybody's heart is expanded, and we are just so grateful for the work that you do at Habitat for Humanity to help very needy families who deserve that hand up.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's very humbling for our homeowners, to go to build their home and then meet up with volunteers like yourself that come out and help them build. It really is. It's amazing. And we're very, very thankful for our volunteers. This past year was a little struggle building without you. So,
It's that way for everybody. It's been so
Yes.
different in life this year.
Yeah, it was our first home without a volunteer, base. So we learned a lot.
Wow.
And we know how much more we appreciate all the work the volunteers do. Yes.
So can you discuss a little bit about the full mission of Habitat?
Well, certainly. The mission is, bringing people together to build homes and communities. And our homeowners apply for the mortgage. They have 3 requirements to become a Habitat homeowner. They have to have a need, live in substandard housing currently. They have to have a willingness to partner with us and build their own home. And then last, they have to have an ability to repay the mortgage. And we give them a mortgage for the cost of the supplies of the house at no interest on that mortgage, because they've invested their sweat equity.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah. So it works. They have their blood, sweat, and tears in the home, literally. But our homeowners don't move. They're usually there 30 years or, and longer. It's great. We have also 100% success rate. No home has been foreclosed on in Martin County for Habitat.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That is fabulous.
Mhm.
And I think people don't understand what a lengthy commitment the families are making to this program, because they commit how many hundreds of hours of volunteer time before their house is finished?
Right, 300 hours. And they take classes with us. They go to school. They take 12 classes. I mean, you know how difficult it is for anyone to buy a house. You have to learn a whole new language.
Absolutely.
The declaration page on your insurance, the escrow account. So we have classes as well to teach them budgeting skills, good neighborly skills, and then home maintenance and repair.
Oh, that's fabulous. I didn't realize that. But
Mhm.
each home that I've been involved with, the owners or the to-be owners are so grateful for all
They
the
are.
work and help that they get. So that's rewarding to just
Right.
hear
And
that.
also, it's a privilege to be a Habitat homeowner. We get about 500 plus or minus applicants a year. We don't let anybody go. We give them the direction to go into to get themselves situated for future home ownership. And then we only build about 10 homes a year. So it's an honor.
That's awesome.
And I know that Martin County Habitat for Humanity has the unique position of having and being in the process of building a whole neighborhood. Is that something that a lot of the habitats do, or is that unique to this area?
I say it's pretty unique. There are a couple of other habitats in Florida, in Orlando and Jacksonville, that have done this. Oh, and in Broward. So we're going towards that trend because, it's much easier for us to build consecutively as far as costs go and everything else. So we like to do that. But property is pretty hard to find, not only in Martin, but all in Florida.
Right.
So
Absolutely. It's going to get more
very
difficult too.
fortunate.
So how
Yes.
many homes are you talking about in your neighborhoods?
So we have a neighborhood called Carter Park in Indiantown. It is an absolute beautiful community of 40 homes, and the Boys and Girls Club is in the center of our property.
Mhm.
And it's just gorgeous. If we put a little gate at the front entrance there, it would be just as beautiful as any other gated community in Martin County.
And there are a lot of very nice, happy families there. I've met
Oh,
several
yes.
of them.
Absolutely.
Mhm. And then we have a new property coming up in Hope Sound called Petway Park, and it's going to have 18 homes there.
That's awesome. That's a nice
That's
neighborhood.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. It
Do you know
really
when
is.
you're going to break ground on that?
So we're partnering with the county, and right now the infrastructure is in the process of going in. We're working on all the behind the scenes, the prints and the estimates and everything. And so we hope to maybe form the first few houses in this fall.
That's
Oh,
excellent.
wow.
That's excellent.
This year, that's wonderful.
Now, when you say you partner with the county, is the work that they do donated as well, or is that something that is incorporated into the mortgages of the new homeowners?
Yes, so we try and find grants that
Uh,
would help for infrastructure, yes.
Great.
And like out in Carter Park, the Department of Environmental Protection also provided a lot of financial grants to us and the county because it helped also in the flooding out there. So it worked for everyone.
That's awesome. That's great.
Can you speak a little bit about how you reach out into the community to get your message out?
Go ahead, Kate.
We reach out in several different ways. I happen to attend a lot of chamber events. I meet with a lot of businesses throughout the day, and it is absolutely fantastic to be able to educate and encourage potential donors on how they can be a part of Habitat for Humanity. It's not just volunteering at the construction site. By donating to us, you are contributing to our mission, and that is of great value to us.
When you say donate, do they donate the construction supplies? I know. Sorry.
They can donate. We accept here at our restore furniture, appliances, building materials, and whatnot, and all of that goes into funding our mission for
Right.
building homes.
Right. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, all of the sales of the restore go toward building the homes. And I think it's important to let people understand the structure of Habitat for Humanity. So many people, I know because I volunteer in the restore every week, so many people don't realize that we are county by county separate organizations.
Right. But all under the same umbrella.
Correct.
So we
Yeah.
each try and build in our own county, and we have a gentleman's agreement, for that. Yeah, so we are under the same umbrella as our parents at International. So that helps with branding, and we all follow the same rules. And when we get audited, it's all easier for every affiliate to have kind of the same thing.
Right.
I know we had the Habitat Restore on for maybe 6-7 years in St. Lucie County on Swap Shop. And when I'd go in there, the manager would say, man, we'd go on the air and the stuff was gone by that afternoon, and I said, I'm not surprised. So just tell me a little bit about the fact that you actually Eileen volunteer at the store itself, the Restore?
She
Oh, I
is a
do.
fantastic volunteer.
Right.
Wow, that's so cool.
I have a little bit of retail experience in my background, and because I believe in the mission with Habitat so much, I committed, an afternoon or a morning a week. They want you to try to volunteer for 4 hours at a time if you can. So I started doing that in Michigan even before I came to
That's so
Florida.
cool. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I've
So, and we know that she has a busy day, and yet she every week carves out those 4 hours for us. And it also helps us too, because we count on her and she's there. So it's really very nice.
Everybody is so wonderful. I really think of them as being part of my family because they are just wonderful people to spend time with and work with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, now, how many volunteers do you have, both in the construction side and, say, the Restore side?
Yeah, so the number is always changing, of course, but we've had at any time we've had up to 800 volunteers. Sometimes large churches come out and build on a house with us and that sort of thing. And then we have our steady volunteers in the Restore, about 30 or 40 that are constants, and upward to 100 when we have special projects. We're very fortunate. We're very fortunate. We also are committee driven, so our family selection committee has 22 volunteers on it. Family services we have mentors. So every family that gets approved for a house gets assigned a mentor. And there's about 25 volunteers in that committee, as well as all the other construction and Restore. So it's very, the involvement of the community in Habitat is amazing.
It's awesome. I remember when we were in Baltimore, the schools required the kids to have community service. And that's one of the things that he signed up for. And I went with him just because I like doing that kind of thing. But we helped build a house in Baltimore and then got more involved in doing some other homes. But when we moved down here, the ladies build they had out in Indiantown.
Mhm.
Women build.
Yeah, women's build.
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. And then
With the pink shirts.
right. And pink hats and gloves and everything. It's cool. But then I have tried to help with the Restore as well. So it's such a great place because the things that they get in there are phenomenal. And some of the donations are really nice. I mean, you're not getting, handout or leftovers most of the time. You're getting really nice stuff.
Very
So,
good quality. Yes.
yeah.
We have regular shoppers who know to come in
Yeah,
on a
absolutely.
weekly basis, and sometimes even more often than that. And it's really fun to talk to new people when they come in for the first time, because our store is very large. It used to be a furniture store.
Right. Right.
So it
Remember.
has great presence right on Federal Highway. And when somebody new comes in, they say, "Oh my gosh, I had no idea this store was so big. I had no idea you have so much stuff in here."
Right. And the variety of stuff that you have too.
Yes.
We have a very diverse and a very eclectic assortment of items within the store. So there's something definitely for everyone.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's probably, if you're wanting to redo things in your home, it's one of the first places to go to look for something. So, lights or even pictures and just all kinds.
Cabinetry,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
beautiful kitchens, full cabinets.
Right.
Well, and that's something too. I mean, you get so many people moving here
Hmm.
that, move to say a condo or a home that might be fully furnished. And then you're saying, let's donate this to
Yeah.
Habitat and then we'll buy something new. And I've seen that a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
That's even part of my business model. If I have a house or a condo that's listed and the owners don't know what to do with the contents, I pack them up and have Habitat come and pick them up for donation.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we try to make the process as seamless and as easy as possible. You can even go online and schedule your donation pickup to our Habitat website.
Yeah. And, we live in St. Lucie West, and we've seen the Habitat truck in there a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's great. It's just wonderful.
Before
Pay
I,
it forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Before I forget, can you please give contact information?
Absolutely. So we're Habitat for Humanity in Martin County, and our website is at habitatmartin.org, or you can reach us at 772-223-9940, or come on in the restore. Say hello to everybody. Our admin offices are here, and
Come in and say hello to Kate and Margot.
Right.
our favorite volunteer.
Yay!
And as a volunteer, I just want to let you know that they are very aware of COVID conditions, and we get employees and volunteers get our temperature taken every time we come into the store. We wear masks, we have gloves available, we sanitize,
Socially distance.
socially distance, correct.
Yeah,
Margot, with all
and yeah, we try and take care of all of our customers too. We sanitize the furniture before it goes out on the floor. Yeah.
Margot, with all the craziness this year, how many homes do you think you're going to be able to build?
So we're going to close on 6 and start with the permits on 6 more.
That's
fabulous.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we're going to still build. The need is there, very much so. We had about 492 applicants last year, so we really have to keep going. We might be a little slower this year, but it'll get done.
And out of 492 applicants, there are going to be 6
Okay.
that will be able to
Yeah.
move into properties.
That's fabulous.
Mhm.
Now, with those other applicants that are not building to this year, will they be in line then for the following builds?
Yeah,
Or
so everybody has a situation, and we address that individually. So
Right.
some people are still homeless that actually apply with us, and we put them in the right direction for the Salvation Army and whatnot. And then, you know, some need to work on personal issues of bad debt, and we put everybody in the right direction.
that's
And then a lot of people come back when they're all ready, and we keep them on the list.
that's great.
Mhm.
So I really appreciate your time today. We all do, very much so. Is there any message that you want to leave with everybody before we're done for today?
First of all, I want to thank you for having us, because we love to tell people about Habitat. And so thank you for helping us share the word. We're only doing what God asked us to do, love our neighbor. So thank you again for having us. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Wonderful to see you too. And I'll see
Thank
you on
you for
Friday in the
having us.
restore.
Okay.
Great. Have a great day, ladies.
Have a
You
good day.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Boy, what a service.
That is
You
amazing, isn't
know,
it?
it is truly amazing. And the number that stuck out to me was the foreclosures, that there aren't any.
Right.
That, well, you know,
It takes real dedication to be able to be one of those
proud owner.
400 plus owners in the first place.
You betcha.
And
Yeah.
it's not just a short commitment for that process. I remember somebody telling me at one point that process, from the time those people put in their application until the time they can move into a home, is sometimes 2 or 3 years. So it's not a slow process.
Right.
Mhm.
They really have to be dedicated to it.
Right. My thing is, I just encourage people to get out there and volunteer, though. It's so rewarding to just pick up a paintbrush. I mean, a lot of times that's all you have to do is paint, or they'll give you a job, and it's just rewarding to think that you're helping somebody else have a home to live in.
You know,
Yeah.
the first time I was talking to Joey Miller at St. Lucie Battery and Tire about their Habitat build out, and he said that our employees get so excited, you know, when when they start, and then of course obviously can see a completed home, you know,
Mhm.
Right.
that, you know, it's truly amazing.
Right.
is.
Our Realtor Association participated in a build with St. Lucie County last year.
Right.
I'm a little dangerous on a construction site. But that's why I stick to the restore, but Paula's much better on the construction sites than I am.
You're saying we keep the buzz saws away from you? Is that?
Yeah. Don't give her a hammer.
Let's say I'm a little klutzy.
But the restore is a lot of fun for me, though. It's bad because I want to shop, as well as work. So
Oh, yeah.
you
Well,
want to look at things.
when I went into the restore here, I saw this absolutely gorgeous chandelier. I'm going, wow, this is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yes.
beautiful things get donated. It's
Yes.
really amazing.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
In our store, our Jensen Beach store is so large that we have
yeah.
an art room, actually 2 art rooms.
Ooh.
We have a lighting room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you are changing your home or starting out and you are looking for decor items for your home, I'm telling you, it is the best kept secret in the world. It's really a wonderful place to come to start that process because in fact, we had a whole bin of covers for electrical outlets and switches
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
restore in the tool section. Somebody came in and bought that whole bin last week because they were doing projects.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the kinds of things you can find there. You can find furniture for any room in the house. You can find full kitchens. We have a plumbing section. You can find things for the bathroom. You can find windows, doors,
Storm
shutters,
anything.
See,
home goods, supplies, dishes.
Yeah. See, I haven't been in the one in Jensen.
Well, you
but-
need to come and
but
spend
you
a couple
took
of
the,
hours.
You took that whole store.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
It used to be. I don't remember the name of the furniture store,
yeah.
but yes, it is right there on. Actually, if you know where 21st Street is, it's right on the corner of 21st Street and Federal Highway.
Yeah. Just south of the mall.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. And
and they're
yeah.
open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday right now.
And when do we find you there?
I'm there on Fridays. Well, actually, my
Okay.
schedule over the years, I think I've been there 3 years now in this one, maybe going on 4. I don't know anymore, but
Yeah.
with my work schedule, if I have to adjust things because of appointments, they're wonderful in letting me do that. So, but right now I'm there on Friday mornings.
That's amazing. Well, hey, maybe we'll get some listeners to stop by and say hi to you on Fridays.
Absolutely. Come and shop.
Yeah, ask for Eileen.
Come on Wednesday because that's senior
That's
day
when-
too.
Yeah, that's true.
You get an extra discount on senior day. So that's nice.
Paula just started being there on Wednesdays.
Wednesday
Oh,
mornings,
okay.
yeah.
Wow.
So,
And
but
they take cash or credit.
so,
Yeah.
and you get a discount on the already low prices. I sound like a commercial, but you get a senior discount of 15% on Wednesdays. So
That is
55
so
and older.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's when I see the television stories, and you just see the looks on, especially the kids' faces.
Yeah.
It's like their first home.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They go into the house and it's like they're just excited.
Mesmerized.
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The parents are too, but the kids, you can see it so much more, but the parents have helped build it. So I think that's got to have a lot of satisfaction as well, that they were involved in it. It wasn't just.
Do they ever have, like, if there's like an older child, maybe the early teen or something like that, are they involved in the build too,
Oh, yeah.
or no?
Oh yes,
yeah.
or
They
they
are.
come and they
Mhm.
come and volunteer in the restore too.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a whole different thing. I mean, yeah,
It's a whole family process.
it's a synergy.
Yeah.
All of it together.
Right.
Yes,
are.
absolutely.
That is so cool.
They're very proud when they're finished, I'm sure.
That's
Yeah.
why I said when you go to a dedication, not only are there local leaders that are part of that dedication, like I've seen the mayor for Stewart there before at a dedication. Not only do they do that part of the dedication, but there's also a Bible that's presented to the family at the dedication. Which and by the time they're finished with that, there really is of all the people. Sometimes there's 100 people that come to those dedications, and there's not a dry eye in the place. I can tell you.
That's great. It's just it's just amazing because all the work that they do, and it's all religion based, if you will, or
Right.
God-based, I guess,
Mhm.
is probably
Right.
a better term.
Well, he has a hand in all of
not
our
a
lives,
religion,
whether we
yes.
whether we want to accept that or not. He does.
So true. So
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for having them on, because I haven't seen Margot in years. So yeah, she was part of our Martin County Business Exchange for many, many years.
Yeah, she's quite a force in the area. I met her at the chamber meeting, and that's how I got
Sure.
involved with this habitat down here.
That's great. That's great. Well, it helps the chambers do wonderful things, and of course Joe does such a great job with the Stewart Martin County Chamber.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it's amazing. And again, all of you chamber members had to readapt to his Zoom meetings.
Yes. Yes.
During this past year. So yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's neat. It's really neat.
I don't know that we'll ever forget this year for adapting. You have to be able to roll with it. That's for sure.
Well, this technology that just brought, Margot and Kate to us, we didn't have last year.
No.
I mean,
Or not hardly anybody knew about it.
right.
Or
We use
used
Skype a lot, and then all of a sudden, I was talking to somebody down at Channel 5, and they said, "Oh, by the way, have you checked out Zoom?" No, They said, "Try it. It's more stable." Well, it's like, and that's how we're doing the games now.
That's awesome.
So, oh yeah, it's incredible. So
Technology is ever evolving.
yes, it is. It is. So, what else is going on in your real estate world?
Well, I brought some information because I know how you like stats.
Love them. Yep.
So I was reading an article. This was published right after our show last week. It was published January 26th, but it's called A Census Analysis and Population Growth in Florida. Florida is the number 2 state in population growth.
Texas being the other one.
Yeah, I was going to say only behind
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
This is out of Washington. Americans aren't afraid to relocate. An analysis of the U.S. Census Department data by Pew Charitable Trusts looked at state-to-state migrations since the Great Recession in 2010. Amazing.
Well, ours
While the
started
US
about 2008. But
Eight,
that's a
yeah,
whole different
Well,
story.
there are some states that started
Yeah,
before that even.
yeah.
But while the U.S. population grew about 7%, 16 states' populations declined, with Florida one of the top destinations for relocating Americans.
16 states
Declined. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that many.
Yeah.
The big winners who did not decline were Texas, which was up 374,000.
Yes.
They've
And
got the
Florida,
room.
which is up 241,000.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And of course, the major news just in the last 3 months with California losing some of their major computer type companies. HP is moving out.
Mhm.
You've got Oracle that's moving out. About potential another 300,000 people moving to Plano,
Wow.
Texas. Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
And of course, Elon Musk
Is that right?
is moving his car company.
Wow.
Right. And
Texas.
and this article goes on to say that 3 states, California, Massachusetts, and Ohio, spent most of the last decade growing only to see their population decline during 2020.
Yeah.
3 other states, Michigan, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, saw a drop in their number of residents go down for the first time in 2019. And then the other 10 states, Alaska, Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, Louisiana, Mississippi, New York, Rhode Island, Vermont, and West Virginia, started to see their population slow.
Well, see, you can understand Michigan because they said if Eileen's leaving,
I gotta go.
we're toast.
For sure.
But I do have to put a plug in for Michigan. Michigan is an absolutely beautiful state.
Yeah, it is.
If you love a change of seasons, if you love nature and forests and water, Michigan is a beautiful place to live.
It was funny. Our morning guy, George Coles, Mr. G, his son was at Jensen Beach High School. And as it turned out, we were broadcasting some high school baseball games. And also the St. Lucie County School Board channel was televising some of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it just so happens that we were televising that day and Mr. G's son was pitching. Okay. So what? It's a community station, right?
Right.
Couple weeks later, the school gets a phone call from this tiny college in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, Finlandia.
Ah,
And they just said, we saw a left-handed pitcher. Is he a good kid? Does he get good grades? Never once asked about baseball.
right.
And they said, yeah, to all the above. So then it was a couple weeks later when they called the athletic director and said, we'd like to talk to the parent. And so it was like, okay. And it's a Division III college. So they don't have athletic scholarships, but what they do offer are stipends, if you will. And you just pay for the books.
Wow.
And so it was great. He went up to college up there, pitched for their team up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
I think the
amazing.
most important part of that is that they wanted to make sure he was a good kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
It was like those two phone calls. It had no athletic conversation at all. And I think that's great. I just think it is. And so what they did was they asked about this other young guy who was at went to school in Palm Beach and pitched against Jensen. So and so the two of them were friends. So then they had a lady softball player who was from Palm Beach. So then the three of those Floridians go up to Upper Michigan.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So Mr. G goes up there, first day of school, right?
Uh-huh.
This is August. And it's like
I was
45
gonna
degrees.
say, yep.
and,
Go.
and G's going, where am I?
What
You
did
know?
he take in his winter coat?
Yeah. So it was so funny. But hey, the youngster loved the school and they loved him. And he
That's
got a
fabulous.
four-year degree.
Yep,
That's
that's
awesome.
wonderful.
It
Yeah.
is. It's a great story.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's a
that
great
is funny.
story.
He probably liked it better than his parents. Kids don't seem to mind the snow so much when
Well,
winter comes around.
And it's like the three of them kind of palled around.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So and they all stayed the 4 years.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
And when you're in college, if that's your first experience with winter weather, they had a ball. They would have been out.
Oh.
They would have been out cross country skiing and
Skating.
the
and that kind of
baseball
Oh,
stuff.
team
yes.
was practicing indoors for,
Yeah.
for several months. I think they got out to play maybe 10 games. That was all they could do.
Wow.
Yeah. It was great. It was great.
It's beautiful. You've got to like the cold. That's all, or get used to it.
That's true. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. But it I mean, it's only in it does change because the summers are beautiful. Also, you can boat. You can boat from. We never had to wait till Easter. You can boat from the St. Patrick's Day was our first day of spring. So you put
Okay,
the boat
yeah.
in St. Patrick's Day, and you boat until Thanksgiving. And you just
Are
put
you
an extra-
serious?
You just put
Really?
an extra layer on. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did a St. Patrick's Day sail in Maryland, but we had to have gloves and everything
Oh,
else. on. It was so
yeah.
cold.
I mean, you do, but
but it's
you
still
can,
fun. You
yes.
can do it. Yeah.
There are quite a lot of liveaboards in Michigan, also.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard that.
Mm-hmm.
When we were kind of exploring, because at the time in LA, we were living on our Grand Banks, and we were thinking of moving her here. And, could we live on board here and stuff? It was an old wood boat, so it never would have survived the hot water down here. But yeah, and they said that it was Michigan and Texas, I guess, were largest numbers of liveaboards, even more than California.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was very cool. Wow.
Uh,
Amazing.
So another thing I wanted to talk about today is there are still some places in the country where you can find properties under $100,000.
Name one. Where?
Well, actually, in our area, there are still some condo communities where you can find condos under $100,000.
Wow.
We aren't mentioned in this article that I brought today because I did bring an article that specifically talks about properties under $100,000. But yes, if you want to come to Florida, or if you already live here and you want to have a condo that's priced under $100,000, call us and we can certainly point you in that direction.
On the beach in Jupiter?
Nope.
Mm.
I did not say.
Now that would be a
beachfront
very
living.
big dream home.
That's my dream home.
Yeah.
That might be a grain of sand.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
But nice communities, though. There are some very nice communities that you can still do that. Yeah.
Right. Some of them are 55 and over.
Uh-huh.
Some of them are not. Of course, they're not huge palatial places. They're going to be 1-bedroom condos. But there are still some that are, and believe it or not, even in West Palm Beach, we can find some.
Wow.
Did I say that loud enough?
Okay.
Even in West Palm Beach, we can find some $100,000 condos.
Wow. Nice.
And it's
Mhm.
not too far to the beach. You can drive there. So
There you go.
you'll be close to the water.
All right. I'm fascinated with this thing.
What thing?
There's no I in realtor.
Well, I started out by saying today's a pet peeve day. Paula and I were talking about this the other day, and I thought now is time to start the discussion. And I'm not saying anything derogatory about anybody. This is basic information because a lot of people don't understand. First of all, and I actually, here's my notes for this subject right here.
Uh-oh.
So
And
the
we'll be
first thing-
continuing on for the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
by the way, folks.
We'll
Just-
continue this on for several weeks because I'm sure people will have questions. And remember, this is a call-in interactive show, so we are welcoming any calls from people. Or if you want to email questions to us, you can certainly contact us through mydreamhometeam@yahoo.com and email us any questions you have. But the reason I say there is no I in realtor is because the word is spelled REALTOR. In the Oxford Dictionary, it means a person who acts as an agent for the sale and purchase of buildings and land. So the important thing to remember is every licensed real estate agent is not necessarily a realtor, but every realtor is a licensed real estate agent or broker.
Okay, back up. I'm confused.
Well, in order to practice real estate,
Yes.
in order to be a real estate professional in any state, you must be licensed through that state. Those are state regulations.
Right.
And they are regulated state by state. The laws are not the same in any two states.
Yeah.
There are some nuances. So those of you coming to Florida that aren't familiar with our Floridian laws here, you need to make sure that you contact a realtor so that you can become familiar with them, because they're going to be different from the state that you are coming from.
Right.
And remember, trust your realtor. I hear that. I even heard that on a commercial.
I
And I'm
did
going,
too.
I know.
What?
That's what that started the conversation. You won't believe what I just heard on the radio.
I know. And my point to consumers out there is that if you are talking with a licensed real estate agent who belongs to the National Association of Realtors, and they don't know how to pronounce realtor, you might want to consider a different agent.
It's your
So-
spelling test.
Yeah.
Right. Because the whole premise of belonging to the National Association of Realtors is that we prescribe to and we have to live our profession through our ethics. Those ethics aren't required of just a general licensed real estate agent, but once you join your local association, your state association, your national association, because the state associations and the local associations are under the umbrella of the National Association of Realtors. And once you do that, then you must commit to living your profession through the Code of Ethics, which has been in place over 100 years with NAR.
And there's a continuing education aspect
Correct.
to all of that too.
Right. Well, that continuing education aspect is required by your state in order to keep your license current. But we also, on the other hand, those of us that are realtors, we also have to renew our accreditation for our code of ethics.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. So two separate things. State requires continuing education for licensed professionals, just like they do for nurses, doctors,
Mhm.
Technologists.
lawyers,
anybody.
too.
lawyers.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So we have to do that. Every licensed real estate agent in the state must do that. But also, if you belong to the National Association of Realtors, then you must also complete your code of ethics training biannually. And to say that it is over 100 years old means that that's how old the organization is. But that code of ethics is reviewed on a constant basis, and they are constantly changing that code of ethics. So it's something that you need to stay current with. Just like rules and laws for the state are always changing, so are they adjusting the ethics based on what happens in the world currently.
Interesting. Wow.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Another thing, and this is kind of a side note, but another thing that the National Association of Realtors did last year is they brought in a diversity accreditation, because through this organization, we have the opportunity to upgrade our education all the time and get different certifications. And so they brought in a diversity training last year, which I participated in. Very interesting. So our National Association of Realtors is always staying up. But the important point to me about there is no I in realtor is because realtors' basic customer service skills and commitment to their customers and clients should be of utmost importance. It's not about me, it's about you, the consumer. So that's the real way to remember the correct pronunciation for this word. There is no I in realtor because it's not about me. It's about you.
I like it. That's very nice. Yeah. Cool. that's
So
that's
now I get off my soapbox.
There you go. Well, you know, when I saw that, I'm going, oh, this is going to be fun.
This is going to be a good one.
But just to get back to that under $100,000, I want to make sure that we say the other states where you might be able to find some properties under $100,000. So this article gives median. First of all, this one was amazing to me, and I've lived in the Chicago area before. This says that median home list priced. I lost it. Hang on. I'll find it. Anyway, this one's Detroit. I've lived there before too. I've lived in many Midwestern states and loved every one of them. Anyway,
They're all a little different.
Median home sales list price, not sold price, list price in the Detroit metropolitan area is $251,550. Yes. Michigan is seeing a resurgence. Detroit, over the last 10 years, has made a huge commitment to bringing that city back. It is a wonderful city to visit, live, and work in.
I had friends who worked at Channel 2 and lived in Southfield, which is where the television station is.
Right next door, right?
Yeah, yeah. They loved it.
So the number of homes listed in the Detroit metropolitan area under $100,000 is 1,070. So it's not millions of homes, it's a few. But if you have
A need.
a need for that kind of property in that price range, you can find them. There are a little over 1,000 of them there. In St.
Wow.
Louis, there are 916. In Pittsburgh, there are 659.
I love that town.
And I have contacts in all of these states, people. So if
you
you're
need-
looking, let us know.
Yeah.
Davenport, Iowa, there are 499. What's this one? Birmingham, Alabama, there are 386. I expected to see Laurel, Mississippi on this list, but I didn't.
Oh.
Where's this one? Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland.
Cleveland, there are 462 in Cleveland, Ohio.
Who wants to live there?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Remember, I was born and raised in Ohio.
Oh, mistake by the lake. Oh.
Memphis, Tennessee, 360 price homes listed for under $100,000 in Memphis,
I
Tennessee.
thought Memphis would have more homes.
Yeah, you would. But
This was
Yeah.
surprising to me. Indianapolis, Indiana, 358.
Carol's old birthplace. Yeah.
Huntington, West Virginia, 247.
I would have expected more there. Too, but-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have too.
Well, remember, these are MLS listings.
Right.
So,
Wow, what a show. Of
oh
course.
my gosh, we're out of time.
We're out of time already.
Have a great week.
Yeah, well, thank
We
you.
didn't even give contact information.
Well, do it now.
772-200-5105, and we're here to help. Thank you.
And
Have a great day.
don't forget Habitat for Humanity.
Absolutely.
Makes no difference what county. Go to the restores. The one in St. Lucie County is on Okeechobee, right off 25th. And of course, your store in Jensen Beach, right?
Right. There's also a St. Lucie one on Federal Highway.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one. I've never been there. Okay. All right. Hey, well, ladies, we'll see you next week.
All right.
Thanks,
Have
Ray.
a great day. Thank
Cooking
you.
Show. All right. You've been listening to My Dream Home right here on WPSL Port St. Lucie and WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station.